Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a quick review on the Taurus Tracker 357 Magnum Revolver. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, don't forget about the bell, and please leave a comment below. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, and as always, we'll take a quick look and do the safety check. As you can see, there's no rounds in the cylinder and nothing down inside the barrel. This is the 4-inch barrel, and excuse me, sorry about that. This is the 4-inch barrel, and it's the stainless steel finish with a matte stainless steel finish. It has the black rubberized grip and the 7-round cylinder with also another feature, the ported barrel. So we're going to go ahead and go through it pretty quick. I'm going to try to take my time a little bit more to be more verbally detailed. That way anyone with any type of visual impairment can follow along a little bit better. Okay, so if you start with your revolver with the muzzle pointed to the left and the hand grip pointed to the right, if you take your finger and put it at the very tip of the muzzle, at the very top you'll feel a ramp, almost a protrusion sticking out. That will be your front sight. And then right below that you'll feel a groove cut into your barrel, and that's where it's ported. And for all of my non-visually impaired people, you can see right there that it's got 4 ports cut out of it, and the same on the other side. And then you can see a couple little scratches right there on the front sight ramp, and a nice bright red front sight. Now it looks orange in this video, but it's definitely red. And if you go from the top of the barrel and slide your finger all the way down the barrel till you get to the other end, you'll feel another ramp, and at the top of that ramp you'll feel a groove cut out. That is going to be your rear sight. This rear sight is adjustable. I don't know what's going on with my camera here. Try to focus. There we go. It does have an adjustable rear sight, and if you look at it, I'll try to get a sight picture out for you. You can see that it has the U shape cut out with the white outline, and it sticks up pretty high. This is removable as well. You can put a Picatinny rail on the top when you remove the rear sight, and put a red dot or a laser. If you had the longer barrel, I have seen people put scopes on these. This isn't what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically keep it exactly how it is. So there's your sight picture, and we'll go ahead, and if you move down from the rear sight, as soon as you come down you'll feel the hammer sticking out. The hammer is pretty easy to operate. For the people who can see it, there's a little grate right there on top so you can feel texturing, and it's pretty simple. If you place your right hand on the grip and your right thumb on the hammer and pull down, it cocks quite easily. With this revolver, and I would imagine most revolvers, if you pull back on the hammer again and pull the trigger, you can slowly release the hammer to decock it without firing. And if you come straight down what would be the left side, if the muzzle is still pointed to your left, you'll feel with your thumb another protrusion sticking out with the same feeling, the same great feeling on the hammer as on this thumb release. If you take and put your thumb on that and push forward toward the muzzle, then on the right side of the gun, which would be the side not facing you right now, if you push on the cylinder, it will come out, so that way you can reload it. This would be a time where you could take and do your safety check, feel inside where the cylinder would be, and you'll be able to feel the barrel, and you'll be able to feel that it's empty. And then this is a 7-shot revolver, so what you can do is take your thumb and count around each individual cylinder hole to make sure that they're all empty. Now if you feel, once again pointing the muzzle toward the left, if you feel on top of the cylinder and move your fingers toward the left, you'll feel it drop off. Okay, I apologize for having to keep pausing it. My dogs keep barking. You guys don't want to hear that. But back to the top of the cylinder, if you bring your hands down to the end of the cylinder, it will stop, and then you'll feel a drop off. From that drop off, you'll feel a kind of like a block with a rounded top and a flat bottom. And if you come back toward the muzzle on that, you'll feel a pin sticking out, which will spin freely in your hand. If you push that to the right, that is how you eject your casing from the revolver cylinder. Then after you've done that, you can just take and simply, with your left thumb, push back toward the body of the gun, and you'll hear it click back into position. And then if you rock the cylinder, you'll feel that it is locked into position. Now, if you go back to the very back grip, you'll feel the rubberized grip, and it is grooved quite a bit, which adds to the texturing, so you get a good purchase on it. For me, I think this is a very nice grip. The gun itself is quite heavy, but once you get a grip on it, you can feel, it seems the weight is mitigated quite well with this grip. At the top of the grip, where the grip meets the base of the gun, there is a protrusion that sticks out, kind of like a dovetail, or a beaver tail rather, that comes down just around the trigger well, and it protects your finger from sitting against the metal, so that way it sits on the rubber. And for those who can see what is going on, I've got my right hand in with my right middle finger tucked right up in there, and I feel like that's pretty good comfortability for me. This grip is supposed to help mitigate the recoil as well as the porting on the tip of the barrel. And real quick, there's a tracker and a 357 printed on the barrel. Now to the firing capability. If you pull the hammer back, you can load or chamber the next round, and then slowly pull on the trigger. With very little pressure and very little travel, the handle will drop. And then if you just go ahead while the hammer's dropped and pull back on the trigger, it's got quite a bit of tension to it, but once it drops, it releases really quickly, and you can fire your next shot. And that's pretty basic. It's a 7-round revolver. I'm not going to take it apart and clean it. It's already been cleaned. As some of you can see, there's still spots where I need to wipe it down better because it's a little over oiled. And real quick, I'll go ahead and show you the ammo that I got with it and the case that came with it. This here is the case. Pretty basic. It's got your foam, egg carton style foam on the inside, 2 clasps on the outside, and it's just a plain old gun guard by Plano. No pun intended there. And that came with the gun as well, and then I'll show you what else I got. And I got all this ammunition. As you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of 357 Magnum, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of the 38 Special, which this this revolver does fire both. The barrel says 357, but the manufacturer does say that you can put the 38 Special through it. One of the things that I learned, this is my first revolver, and when I was looking through the ammunition, I noticed that the grain weight can vary quite a bit. I have 125 grain, 158 grain, 142 grain, and the 357. And in the 38, I have 158 grain, I have 130 grain, 130 grain, and then the 2 boxes of defense ammunition I got is the Hornady Critical Defense, and this is the 38 Special 110 grain FTX, and this is the, there we go, this is the Hornady Critical Defense Light, which is 38 Special as well, and this is 90 grain FTX. This round is one of the 110 grain rounds, and as you can see, it is a hollow point, and it does have the rubberized polymer, not really sure exactly, latex, what the filling is. The filling, from what I understand, is supposed to help the hollow point expand when it starts going through materials such as clothing or drywall or whatever you might have to fire through. They say that a lot of times that the hollow point will get filled up with that material and it won't allow it to expand properly, and that's what this little filler is supposed to do. But so far so good. I haven't had a chance to get this out to the range yet, but I will be doing that this weekend, and I'll give you an update on that. So that's my video for the Revovler. I hope that was helpful. Hopefully you guys liked what you saw. Hopefully it was okay for the visually impaired people. I'm not going to enter this into the blind challenge, but what I would encourage everyone to do is, if you haven't done it yet, go check out Patriot in the Dark's channel. He is 100% blind. Besides that, he's a really great guy, and he knows a whole lot about firearms. And he does a pretty good series on how to field strip your different firearms while being 100% blind. If you do know who Patriot is, I strongly encourage you to go out and shoot a video for your hashtag blind challenge, hashtag Patriot in the Dark, and try to help him out. He's on a good mission, and I think that we could all, throw some videos out there to help support him. Alright, if you like what you saw, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, don't forget about the bell, and please leave a comment below. Thanks for stopping by.